Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi. Welcome back to the bonus episodes of Xenoblade Chronicles free. Hope that's a better way of saying it this time around. Technically still a live playthrough, but now we finished the main game and now we're doing bonus content. The last video we left... Anyways, we're playing on Definitive Edition with the Japanese voices enabled, of course, on Switch, of course. I think I've mentioned this before, but I just need to really mention it now. Anyways, for this first setup, we are back in the area of origin for a new monster. We need to get stuff from. Anyways, we need to go near Defense Tower number 3 for a monster called Zodiac. I mostly ported to this first area here because I know where the best spot to go was, so I just kind of popped up here first. Now there's bunches of elite wolves up here first that we can take out. One thing you are going to start to find out, though, is similar to a couple of other monsters. Yeah, they're probably going to be a little bit resistant to break. Who knows how much? Though this one, probably not as much. Now you can see why we brought our hammer character. Our ogre. I keep saying hammer. He wields a big hammer. It's so easy to mess up anyway. There's a good time to do that. Oh, there's our first resist. But yeah. But yeah, there's a couple of normal Kananuses around here, as well as our Kananuses. Got him right before the that was gonna happen. Anyways, these guys might get in the way later, so again, we're taking them out both for the extra materials and, well, obviously to get them out of the way so that we can continue to get Kananus materials. We also need, in addition to mains, we need the Razor Horn, so we're going to be getting both purples this time around. Cool, that was a nice way to finish. No comments from the looks alike on the list, so we're going to be ignoring those. Anyways, this is the monster we're going to be facing for the next few minutes or so. And the first break resisted, of course. Like many of the other high-level monsters, this thing has pretty high break resist. So you need break movements to even hit it half the time. The only annoying part with the shield bash tribe slash combo is if the first break part misses or gets resisted, it will not immediately give you a topple, so you will have effectively wasted a topple. There we go. So now you can see why we brought the Ogre class. The Ogre has a 50% chance or so to get extra reaction command, so basically increases the success of their break and their topple. I think I am gonna wait a bit, maybe delay my first attack. I keep getting the recharge. Even though Dance of Barrages is only 12%, I'm getting really lucky with that and constantly getting my recharge back. If anybody's wondering why my arts are going down fast, that's why. Just so you know, this is going to be another one of those Dice Lamb battles. Alright. Tried to delay that, and this time it worked. The Desolate Park is tonal AoE though, so be careful of that. Other than the break resistance though, this guy doesn't really have much going for him, so he's probably going to take it out eventually. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention. This break setup is so good that, like, once you get at least one burst, even if you're bad with the setup, as long as you have at least one Troubledore, you can technically do this grind strat on the unique monsters as early as the third. Early as the moments that you get here, since Miyabi will have already been collected by then. As long as you get Miyabi as a hero, and you can be fine. Though at that point, you would almost require Miyabi to be in both the party, active party, and somebody to be a Troubledore as well, since you could then start working towards that class without doing this. Got that to use the daze there twice already. Okay, that first part's done, but we're gonna still kill him all the way through since I mentioned before we need the exteriors for other jobs as well. You know, come to that, on the point that we get to some of the last gems, we're probably going to already be done with the other jobs once we're done. Otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna kill this monster normally, even if it takes a little bit longer. Because we need to make sure that we get the extra materials. And we only are able to track one set of materials at a time. After that, we kind of don't get the early track. We seriously missed that. See, I stopped using device rush because I was worried they were going to do that. Whoops. That was my own fault there for hitting that secondary effect. I can fix it by canceling that Ouroboros. Yeah, I think to make up it, we're gonna chain at the end to get an extra break topple. One big thing I forgot to mention is your first start. Arts are also automatically fusioned when you go into chain attacks, so that's really nice. With some extra combos. Okay, that works. I'll just end it there. It's actually faster to not get the art there, since restore time. Well, we definitely got severe remains, but as it is, do we get enough? At least the purples are out of the way. Let's see here. Razorhorn B, also known as the rare one, is not collected enough of. We'll have to do one more battle, unfortunately. And there's not really a good way of knowing what to do except changing to effects. Alright. Oh, we instantly got a recharge back. That's another thing I forgot to mention. If you're really weak on your art for charge, then whenever Miyabi dies, she gives us our arts back guaranteed. Like all of us get, all our characters get arts back as a last resort. For that reason, we probably want to be burning them early, just so that in case she does randomly die, even at 99, she'll at least give us our arts back. I will admit, the guy kind of misled me into thinking the first super boss was some invincible force and other stuff, but other than just moving to the right side area, the breath itself didn't really seem to do any damage. Perhaps it actually has an instant kill effect tied to it. I wouldn't be surprised. A couple of Xenoblade bosses have special effect to essentially trigger instant death, like the death spell in Final Fantasy games. So like, upon them hitting somebody with that ability, they might just instantly die, even if they're 99. Though at 99, it's much easier. The only annoying part is your razor horns and all the other horn stuff will regularly get in your way, and my Marcus on recharge, so there's no way I could have did that. If it misses again, I'm not going to back again. Oh no, we got plenty. Again, there's no way of knowing how many ends you've gotten. Alright, so this next one's gonna be a interesting one. This is another one that who shows you should not be always killing unique monsters one. Because this one, again, is a very common monster that normally farming off of unique monsters won't really give you much, so we're gonna be taking out elites. You might have actually seen these higher versions of these guys while we were farming, but this is the first time we get to do it for real. This is another spot where you can definitely underlevel if you're down level yourself again if you are a little bit concerned. Anyways, I'm showing this from the start, even though I probably do not have to do this to avert pain anymore. But back at the Daedal Isle, which is a spot where we fought some Guggles, and more specifically, those big Panas. There's a couple of things we can pick up. There's also a chest we never really grabbed up here. The big thing we want out of there is over on this left side of an area. Annoyingly enough, not hidden near any landmarks again. I think the closest one is just going to a different unique. And you'll meet some regular level caterpillars, but mainly some elite caterpillars are here. These are the only enemies we can farm for the caterpillar materials safely. So we'll once again be trying to get bursts on them. As they are weaker than our elites and uniques we've been facing so far, we'll typically get only one or two off before we get stuff done. Now you can see why I specifically set everyone to have at least one person with a trait to start off with. Cursor at the top will start off with. Days and so on and so forth. And Miyavi with the verse was just to guarantee that we get our first combo off. This is elite though, so we should be able to get at least a few more before the battle ends. However, I am gonna start not combining my arts on purpose, just so we don't do as much damage. Actually, there's no way to like stop them from finishing on fusion arts, so perfect. Okay, we got one extra one, and now he's about to die. But other than that, it's your good old classic take out all enemies model. We basically go into this one corner, and this one setup over here. There are a couple of regular caterpillars, but also some elites that you can kill. And the purple materials can only be found here. Now, I do have some purple materials already, given I was here before killing them. During one of my grind slots, I eventually started looping them. Because obviously I figure if we could kill them and also kill some of them stuff, we could stuff done. So yeah. Another example of a grind that does not involve killing any uniques whatsoever, instead involves exclusively just farming the same elites over and over again. Oh jeez, good thing I did that. Seems like all the bursts were down that time. Neo giving them the stick at the last minute to finish it off. Okay, perfect. We can target this guy from the ground. Just like all of the other special grinds, we are of course going to be killing all of the enemies and then purposely targeting a different enemy and purposely giving up so that we are immediately respawned back at the starting position. However, one thing I am going to show as a bonus before going back down there is what is actually in that chest. We never actually got to explore this chest. I think the last time we were down here was, well, required as part of one of the side quests, but then ever since then we haven't been down here. There are these big bird talus enemies, which we'll probably have to remember this part for at some point, because I believe we might need to farm them as well. They are pretty massive as well. Anyways, we never really got to explore this area around the central corner. Chances are we might, yeah. Now I kind of feel really silly. If I had just found this much sooner, we'd have a much easier landmark. Because before you find this, the Eternal Canopy is by far the best place to get it, so I'll need to remind myself in the next playthrough, get this landmark as soon as possible. I don't think it helps you out with anything though, because I don't know if you can actually, Oh, okay, you can skip. Before I do that though, we need to actually get the treasure we're after. We may have to fight a bird for it, but who knows? Okay, he's not there. We'll go ahead and get it. As this is a late game treasure, we'll automatically have ultra pure gemstones for us, which will again sell for more money. We've been getting a lot of money just because these gems have been ultra selling. I like that it doesn't waste materials and at least sells them off for you. So we're probably going to be very rich by the end of this grind. I honestly don't know what I should buy with my money. Fortunately, gold isn't really much of a thing anymore once you get to the end game. It's more the no-punch stones you want for farming stuff there. By the way, don't worry too much if the challenge setup is gonna take too long. Essentially, the challenge videos, like for the no punch stone challenges, I decided, one thing I should have mentioned, that they're going to be one time only. Now somebody, now somebody finally, Again, lucky monsters are always really nice because it removes the common drops, meaning you only get yellows or pulls for them. It's also elite, so it'll take longer anyway. This is about the... I guess it says the dying is about the time they've run out of arts to use on the... Oh cool, we got it done. So, real talk, if you actually want to do this grind or that grind with those goggles, or specifically those Darbus on the right side area again. I think I mentioned this as part of my grind that we come here, because it is one of the better spots to grind up those. Like, if you weren't doing this grind set, then consider getting this landmark, the 5th Pillar Remnant, before coming here, or at least specifically for this grind spot, because this landmark puts you really close to where you need to be. Like, you could just jump down here and bam, the Caterpillars are right there. Glad I figured that out and just went this one way before going back the second time. That significantly saved a lot of time. Alright, well, before I do anything else, and make sure now I'm not messing things up, I'm gonna go to camp, let my materials, make sure that I'm not actually missing anything, but otherwise I think that's going to be the end of the episode. Yeah, sorry guys, but we're going to be doing more grinding in the next episode. So yeah. Anyways, I'm coming here mostly to get the food fat and also to do something else as well. We're actually getting pretty close to our Nopon coin threshold, but again, for the purposes of the guide, I'm probably not going to use the coins. If anything, if you are going to cheese a diamond, I recommend cheesing this one right here, Steel Protection 10, with the Crabble Shield Pincers. That item just takes the longest to grind, and you can probably get like at least 30 Royal Ardun horns within 9, 10 to 15 minutes of fighting that thing. Whereas this one took almost over 2 hours to grind altogether. So if you want to save time, use the coins here. That's probably your best bet. It saves having to farm those steel apples non-stop. anyways, one other thing, and the other thing that I will be doing is also down leveling Noah back to level 1 again. This is purposely for purely for the class point gains, that's all. Once he reaches max rank, we don't need to do that anymore, and maybe we'll just start down leveling the whole party a bit more. But again, we don't even have to do that half of the time. For most battles, if you were doing like a regular playthrough, switching it to hard mode helps out a lot with the battles. By the way, I do recommend not only putting the battles on level 20 with the other stuff and having the right healers to do stuff, but if you are going to do the Crabble grind, set it to hard, set the difficulty to hard so you at least have some longer grind stuff. Other than that, that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!